When the wolves are gone. Good evening. I don't come to you as someone with all the answers. I come to you as someone who sees, someone who watches, who listens, and who remembers. I want to talk to you about something we're all still trying to process: the closing of the paper mill. For decades, it wasn't just a job. It was a foundation. People raised families off of that work, retired from that work, sent their children to college from that work. And for many, the legacy passed from father to son, from neighbor to neighbor. But now, like the steel mill before it, it's gone. And in its place, questions, uncertainty, and yes, opportunity. But only if we make sure our people are a part of the vision. Because here's what happens when the systems don't respect the roles of the workers. They remove what they think is in the way, without realizing they've just disturbed the entire ecosystem. Let me explain. In nature, wolves were once seen as a threat, wild, loud, unnecessary. So they were removed from national parks like Yellowstone. And when the wolves disappeared, the whole ecosystem collapsed. Deer overran the land. Vegetation died. Rivers changed course. Pollinators lost balance. Disease spread more rapidly through certain animal populations. Even the soil structure changed due to overgrazing. Because the wolves weren't a threat, they were a balance. Their removal didn't just affect the deer, it changed the wind patterns, the tree roots, insect cycles, the very rhythm of the land. And the same can happen to a town when you remove its worker, its elders, its rhythm keepers. You disturb more than the economy. You disrupt memory transfer, mentorship, the quiet accountability that lives on the front porches and in barbershops. You weaken the social glue that holds young people in place. You dismantle the watchful eyes that protect the street.